G'day, I'm Mark from Self Sufficient Me, and in this video I want to take you for a bit of a look around at things like this new outdoor area here that has given me so much extra space to practice my flute playing, because I need a lot of practice, I can tell you. But there's also other things that's going on that I want to have a quick chat to you about and get you updated. But before we do that, I want to talk about this instrument here. This flute was sent to us by Charlie from Blue Bear Flutes, and now he didn't send it to me as a sponsorship thing or to get any recognition or anything like that. He sent it to me as a gift because he believed that through my videos I was helping him with his own garden and his gardening, and he just wanted to, in appreciation, send me a flute that he actually made himself. And I think that was really nice and a lovely thing to do. Nina and I are right into native art like this and collect these types of items from all over the world. Yes, it's a beautiful musical instrument that makes lovely sounds, and it is a work of art. The craftsmanship that goes into something like this is quite incredible, and a lot of knowledge passed down or learnt to make something like this. But the reason why I do love this more than anything, I think, is the symbol of self-sufficiency. I think we can learn a lot from a flute handmade like this, from people who pioneered how to live off the land and how to be as self-sufficient as possible, and also in touch with nature. Just not in touch with it, just not appreciating nature, but appreciating their role in nature as well, and how man and nature are almost symbiotic. How we can work together to help each other out. But it's more so one way, in the fact that if we stuff with nature too much, nature might suffer in the short term, but in the long term, we're the ones that will lose. And that's why I really am keen to punch that self-sufficiency, look and see the earth through her eyes as much as I can. I think the more we feel nature and get involved with nature, whether it be, a hiker, a gardener, mountain climber, bird watcher, scenery gazer, park ranger, whale watcher, fisherman, or a flute maker, or whatever. I think the more you get involved with nature, the more you do start to realise that you're not just appreciating nature, you're actually part of nature, and being part of nature means you're sort of part of the ecosystem, and you have a responsibility then to want to do the best for it. Whilst we all use nature to our advantage, we don't take advantage so much so that we destroy it. That's why, although I can't play this, it will take pride of place on a mantelpiece at our home. So thanks, Charlie, for that. If you want to check out Charlie's YouTube channel and also his website, I'll leave some links below and you can check them out. All right, let's get into a few things that I really wanted to show you guys. Remember that video I did not so long ago about what happens when you bury logs in the garden? If you follow me for a little while, you'd know the trials and tribulations I've had with, that wasn't me making that sound, by the way. I didn't, fart or anything. That's a horse in the background, okay? So no funny comments below, rightio? What was I saying? You'd know the problems that I've been having with these slide together garden beds, right? I'm not going to go through it all again because they probably hate me already about all the bad publicity I've been making for them. But anyway, I have fixed it up, and it's even better than it was before, because one of the good things about this particular kit was that although the legs itself, or the posts, were a terrible design and didn't essentially work, this tin is really thick. I mean, you can't even cut your thumb on it. It's not thin. It's really good, thick stuff. Totally usable and reusable, and that's what I've done. I've just screwed it into some hardwood posts, and yeah, it's come up really good and solid, and I've thrown all that wood back in there that I pulled out and showed you guys in that video, and now I'll just have to fill it up, and I have to do the other one yet, and we'll see how that works out. Speaking of building garden beds, ta-da! Good, isn't it? I've started planting some brassicas in here, some more mini cabbage and some mini cauliflower in this side. I don't have any more of this plank left, but I do have a whole ton of this decking wood, and my boys have taken out all the nails from most of it. What I'll be doing is making a center one in the middle there, same height, but just out of these decking boards, and I think that'll work really good. And speaking of leftover wood, this is the last thing I want to show you, is this concreted area that's finished now and that you can see starting to take shape on what I'm going to use it for. Check it out. All this hard standing. Before this, it was only a bit of hard standing on the other side of the tank here, which really wasn't enough to do much. But now I've got that pathway all around it. When the tank overflows, the water will run here instead of make a big mud patch. And then you've got this big area here that I can use for all sorts of stuff. A lot of these plants I've salvaged from our garden beds that we took out. Remember when we ripped them out and then I started replacing them with those other raised beds because they'd all rotted out. Hammered 4 boards together, just cut them to size. I used these Besser bricks, which are so handy. You can buy benching, galvanized benching and all that. You're looking at around $300 to $400 for probably here to there. So probably half that would be about $300 or $400 if you're going to get a 3-tiered galvanized shelving. Then you have to still screw that together anyway. I've got twice that length. It's about 5 point something meters, and the Besser bricks, well, they $3 each or something, $3.50 each. So about $90 in bricks, and the rest is for free because it's just our own recycled decking boards. And it's come up really well. Check this out, my new outdoor preparation or cleaning area for doing plants or potting up even. Mainly it's going to be used for processing poultry and even filleting fish if one day I can get out there and catch some fish. That'd be nice. I'm going to put a tap on the end corner there and have that plumbed in from the tank here. So yeah, overall I'm really wrapped with how the garden's going. Yes, there's never enough time in the day to get all these jobs done. And speaking of time, I am still working on my second channel to get some of those recipe videos out that I promised. I've got several in the pipeline and we'll get there. And one last thing that I'd like to do is give one last shout out, and that's to Mitchell. I got contacted by Joseph the other day, and he was wondering if, well, he let me know how much Mitchell is getting stuck into his gardening and how he's a real avid follower of moi on Self-Sufficient Me. And you know what? I just love it when I get these stories about young people getting into gardening. I believe Mitchell is in grade 11 and goes to school in Brisbane here, and it really does tickle me pink to know that young people are getting into gardening and they're really interested in it, because this is one of the best hobbies that you can do. And the younger you get started, gee, I wish I started much younger and was doing it for a lot longer than I have been, and I'd be even better at it, which would be great. But you're always learning in gardening, and it's one of those types of skills that you never forget. It's once you learn it and you get the gist of growing a pea plant or a tomato plant, you just don't forget it. It's just like grows in you. And yeah, it's for so many reasons, as you know, gardening is a great thing to do. So Mitchell, get into it, mate. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give a thumbs up to the video, a big thumbs up of course. Bye for now.